Hi, everybody. My name is Marianne Udell, and I'm the founder of Sheltering Tree. And we work with both companies and individuals who are forward thinking, but they're dealing with some sort of major change or loss in their business or in their personal lives. It's resulting in internal chaos, disengagement, and a lack of focus. Well, we use a proven process to guide them through this transitional period, get the answers that they're looking for, and help them make peace with the past, live fully in the present, so that they can embrace the promise of their future and see clearly and calmly to achieve stability, unity, and profitability. I was in the corporate world for over 15 years before I became a coach. And I was tired of the corporate world dictating my destiny. I got almost laid off once and definitely laid off after about 5 more years. And that propelled me to do my coaching full time. Now, last week, I got sick, and it was 2 days before a live retreat I was hosting. You believe it? I've been planning this for months, looking forward to it. And then I got sick. It sucks. And I felt angry. I felt frustrated. I felt dejected. I felt disappointed. I felt like I was letting everybody down because I got sick. But the truth is, stuff happens. There's always something that happens beyond your control. Nothing you have any say in the matter about. So I got better. I had to rest. I knew I had to let go and take care of myself, or I wouldn't be good for anybody, let alone myself. And there was no way I was going to infect people trying to brave through the sickness. And I had to figure out how to get myself back up. And I know that happens all the time. I know in your life, in everyone's life, there's a constant falling down and getting up. I mean, it's that way when we're first brought into the world. Every new thing we try and fall down. We try and fall down. Literally, when you're walking, you fall down before you really get it and know what to do. And we forget how to do that as adults. We forget that it's okay to fall down. And I often think of the Mary Pickford quote. I'm going to read it because I don't want to mess it up. If you have made mistakes, even serious mistakes, you may have a fresh start any moment you choose. For this thing we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. And I think right now, a lot of people are feeling this. They're not sure how to get back up. They're not sure what to do after they get knocked down. Or they don't have a safe place to talk about it. Maybe they don't know who to trust. Maybe you're one of those people. And maybe you have a company and your employees don't know where to turn when they need help, or they're afraid to admit that they don't know something, or they're feeling a little insecure. Now, I do admit that during the pandemic, With everyone working remote, I think that there's been an increased attention on this. I think that there are a lot more people paying attention to everyone else, but it's constant and it can't be one and done. There needs to be reinforcement. There needs to be a sense of stability, of safety. If anyone has ever admitted a weakness or a fear or failed, quote, in some way by not achieving a goal or not getting the numbers they wanted to get, or they just haven't been able to achieve what they wanted to achieve, they shouldn't be made to feel bad. They shouldn't feel like they're broken or a failure. There needs to be encouragement. There needs to be outreach. There's a lot of different reasons why people feel knocked down. Sometimes there are things beyond your control. You might feel knocked down because you got sick, because you're dealing with grief. Maybe you had a breakup or a divorce, or you get laid off, or you get reprimanded at work, or you get maybe something you wanted to try, some new thing that you tried didn't work. Or maybe you're dealing with financial problems. All of that can make you feel like you've been knocked down. And there's going to be a lot of feelings that come up. And I think that this is where people stop themselves. They don't allow the feelings out that are associated with all of these times you get knocked down. Well, when I started this, I mentioned that I got sick last week, and all of those different feelings that I felt, where it was frustration and anger and disappointment and sadness, and I felt sorry for myself as well. And I let all of those feelings out. But once I did, it opened up the way for me to heal. A week ago, I couldn't sit here and do this. A week ago, I could barely talk, let alone move. It was bad. But there was nothing I could do but let out my feelings and get better, do what I needed to do to heal. And it's the same way when you get knocked down, even when it's not something quite so obvious. You might feel anger, sadness. Maybe there's joy or fear, frustration, disappointment. Once you get those feelings out, you can figure out what to do. You can look at the reality of a situation. Okay, this happened, and what worked, what didn't work? Or what can I do? Really, what can I do? I knew last week I had to postpone and reschedule my retreat. There was no way that I was going to get anybody sick or take my sickness to the retreat center. I knew that I wouldn't be able to lead an effective retreat if I did it the way I was feeling, even if I did it virtually, which would have been horrible. It's possible to do something virtually, but not in the condition I was in last week. No, not at all. So you get to decide what to do. You can write down the facts of what the situation is and say, okay, what's within my power? What can I do? and then pick one action. And you want to be aware of any story you might be making up about this knocking down, placing too much blame on yourself. Or I could have said, oh, I must have done something really wrong for this sort of punishment to be inflicted upon me. People just get sick. It happens all the time. So accepting that reality and knowing there was nothing I could do to unsick myself except allow the sickness to run through me, do whatever I could to make myself more healthy so that I could come back able to serve and be of service to my clients and myself. And you can do that for yourself too. And maybe you're not sure what to do. And maybe you're not sure how to get out of the story that you're telling yourself about being inadequate or being wrong or being not enough, or creating, oh, I must be just a terrible employee. Maybe you're just in the wrong position. Maybe you haven't found your spot. And maybe if you really spoke to someone in the company about, I don't think this is the best use of my skills. I'd like to explore a different position. You want to keep yourself honest. And if you can't be heard where you are, go somewhere else. Now, maybe you need help. Maybe you need someone to listen to. Maybe you have a company and you want somebody to be that listening person. That's what I do. I am a coach and I work with both companies and individuals. And within companies, I can be an extension of employee relations. I can be that safe place where people can go to vent, where people can talk about stuff that's happening both in their personal life and in their work life. Because it's all life, and one affects the other. It's life balance. It's all life. It's all part of who you are. You can't live all for one or the other. But when you're in your work, what can you do? Who can you be to be the best you in your work? And the same holds true within your personal life. How can you be your best you? So don't feel like you are bad if you get pushed down or you feel like you've been knocked down. I'm tired of people being scared. I'm tired of people feeling like no one cares. I used to be that person. I used to feel afraid and scared and alone. And it sucks. And it's wrong. So I'm speaking up for all who are afraid to speak up. And I'm here if you want to reach out. Take care of yourselves and remember, it's not the falling down, it's the staying down. Join me and get back up. Bye-bye.